Lake Bonneville, a massive prehistoric lake, is now a series of beautiful valleys. Join Brandon Plewe and me, his son Spencer, as we hike the 200-mile length of the Bonneville Shoreline Trail. Discover its rich history, plan for its completion, and explore its state today.
Good morning and happy Cherry Days. Today is Cherry Days in North Ogden down there. Their parade and all the things that all these towns do for their festival. So today we're going to celebrate by starting here in North Ogden Canyon and working our way over to Pleasant View and finishing up Weber County today. Well, I'm sure I've said this before, so pardon me for being redundant, but probably nowhere is there such a great example of the version 1 and version 2 of the Bonneville Shoreline Trail as there is here. Back 20 years ago, when they originally designated the trail in Weber County, they just used this existing utility road here that follows the power lines. It was really easy. They got permission from the power company, but it's, it's steep in places. It's just a road basically, so it wasn't that enjoyable of a trail. So then they came back just a few years ago and constructed at least 3 miles of brand new trail here that is all lower grades. It's got some switchbacks in it, so it's all much more enjoyable ride or hike. Much better trail, even though it is a lot longer, but we'll try this one. Well, we've climbed quite a bit up this Aluvial Fan that we talked about in the last episode that North Ogden sits on. You can see that there's no real bench. It just gradually rises up to the foothills of the mountains. But there's an interesting feature out there where the grass is. You can see that it slopes down and then it just suddenly drops off to where the houses are. What that is at the high point of Lake Bonneville, the lake, which was at the bottom of that, would have come up and the waves would have cut into it like they do at any shoreline and actually cut into that alluvial fan and eroded it away. We saw that, I think, back in episode 7 or so. When we're in Utah County and Alpine, but there's another good example of it. Well, Spencer, you can tease me for saying this for probably the 400th time in the last 3 months, but I don't remember ever seeing the snow last this long, especially on these south-facing slopes. Into mid-July it is now, but it's still there, still melting. Rather attractive succulent here. Looks like something you would see in people's xeriscaped front yards. But don't be deceived. This is Myrtle Spurge, which is an invasive species. I believe it's originally from Turkey. Very toxic to people and animals. It basically escaped out of people's front yards several years ago and has spread like wildfire across the West. It loves kind of rocky, bad soil in areas like this, especially disturbed like where this trail construction has been. They have tried to eradicate it. It's illegal to sell in many states. Clearly in places like this, they're kind of losing the battle because it is covering this hillside. Well, that was an interesting day, seeing these 2 versions of the trail. I have to say the new one is really nice. Has shady, easy climbs, although there were in places as a hiker that I preferred the straight shot of the old trail, especially going downhill. All in all, Weber County and Trails Foundation of Northern Utah has done an amazing job of the entire county. Clearly the best overall county segment of the Bonneville Shoreline Trail yet. Next time though, we're going to head up into Box Elder County for the next few episodes where there's a lot of work left to be done.